Octember strikes again. Big one this time. Working on the Uplander. Has an overheating problem. Well, it's not overheating just yet. Not blowing the radiator. Because it's not circulating through the radiator. Radiator is plug solid, will not drain. Got no heat. Or a little of the intermittent heat. Like you drive like 2 blocks. Temperature gauge is like goes from this to the middle. You know, just that quick. And with no heat. So last weekend, came home from work, tried to place the thermostat, which is I think in here somewhere. I think the thermostat's over here somewhere. It says the passenger side above the AC compressor, and that's what this thing is down here. That's the compressor. This is the water pump. Hopefully I don't have to replace that. Might have an alternator going bad. It's only putting out 13.6 volts. Neighbor checked it. Said it should be putting out about 14. And that's going to be a bitch to access because the idler's down here. You know, that's GM for you. Never start. So anyway, pull the drain plug to try and drain it. Nothing's coming out. It's full. I took the radiator cap off. It'll fucking come off. And this bitch is stuck on here now. There it goes. That's not a good sign. That's all gunky. It's like rust-colored coolant. So it was obviously orange to start with, you know, Dex Cool, GM. But it would not drain. Pull the drain plug, nothing's coming out. Tried spraying compressed air up into it. I took the cap off, tried spraying water down there, it just comes right out of here. I pulled the hose off the engine up here. Tried putting water through the hose, just comes out the hose. It's not circulating through the radiator. It's just recirculating through here. Hopefully the heater core is not plugged, because if that's fucked up, the only way to replace that is I'm going to have to pretty much disable, pull the whole dashboard out to access it. I don't even know where the hell the damn blower fan is in here. Probably tucked under there. At least on the 91 Oldsmobile, everything was easy. I think even changing the oil filter is going to be a bitch. That's way down there. Fucking GMC. Engineers say, like, fuck it, I don't have to fix it. So, gotta remove this. I'm trying to access this hose. Try to pull the upper hose off the radiator. Pull the lower one off the radiator. Take a garden hose, spray water in there. The engine running. If it's circulating, hopefully it can go through the heater core with the heat on and flush all this stuff out so the new radiator don't get clogged. Fun, fun, fun. This has got to come off. That bar has got to come off. Got to remove these dog bone engine mounts. These have got to come off. The engine's going to rock back, but then you just use a ratchet strap. Then I got to remove some bolts, pull the fan off. Then try and pull the radiator up, straight up. If that will work or not. Should, in theory. I have to disconnect the battery too, so I have room to pivot it. Because the filler neck there, with all this stuff out of the way, air filter has to come off. Should be able to pivot this out once the fan's out. Problem is though, down here too, they run the AC lines, the air conditioning lines. They run next to the radiator because you got the condenser. Look under here. This front grill here, this is your AC condenser. They mount that in front of the radiator. Your radiator is behind this. So, that's your condenser coil. So anyway, if the heater core is bad, I'm going to have to buy a cheap $500 beater car for winter. Because you have to pull the whole dash apart. That includes removing the brake cable and all this stuff. And I ain't doing that. It's beyond my skill level. Now it costs you a couple $1,000. I don't have that. And I'm not going to spend that. For $2,000, I'll buy another fucking car. So got the overflow hose removed from this. I'm going to pull these two bolts, pull this off, try to access this damn clamp. That's a pain in the ass because this is the latch cable for the hood. Of course, they run that right in the way. So that's Octember, the big one. Like Jay and the engine blowing up in the blue a couple years ago. Oh, this is my version of that. Gotta replace a radiator. I got a replacement there. Got an oil catch can. Got oil and new hoses. Got a thing of Dexcool for Dexron 4 or whatever the hell it is for the transmission, because the intercooler. So this is going to be fun. So that's my Octember rant so far. There'll also be videos on any progress or lack of progress I made. Had to work today, so I'm just going to try and pull the hoses and just flush the engine out. Then Sunday, try and disable most of this if I can. See if I can try and get the radiator out of here. We will see.